This is number 134 in data sufficiency. And you've got this chart, MN, favorable, unfavorable, not sure. 40, 30, 20, 35, 40, and 35. So that totals 100. And 70 and 30, that totals 100. Okay, and we're trying to figure out what were the number of voters who responded favorable for both. So we're trying to figure out the intersection for M and N. So whenever there's an intersection, I like to use a Venn diagram. So let's look at clue 1. And it says the number of voters who did not respond favorable for either candidate was 40. Okay, so let me see if I can do this. There's my Venn diagram, and we know based on the chart, 40 were favorable for M, and 30 were favorable for candidate N. And I'm trying to figure out the number of voters who did not respond favorable for either candidate was 40. The number of voters who did not respond favorable. Well, if they didn't respond favorable, that means they responded either unfavorable or not sure. And that would, of course, be 60. So if I let this intersection be X, which would be the number that were favorable, that means this would be, for both of them, this would be 40 minus X, and this would be 30 minus X. And I know if I sum those up, each 3 pieces, 40 minus X, that's the ones just favorable for M. Favorable for both is X. Just favorable for 30 minus, for N would be 30 minus X. And using clue 1, these are all favorable. I can't talk. Favorable. The number of voters who did not respond favorable, so that's everybody else, was 40. So that would mean the number for favorable would be 60. And I could solve this for X, and that would tell me this intersection, which is what I'm trying to find. So clue 1 works. Now remember, we're trying to figure out who responded favorable for both. Okay. If you look at clue 2, the number of voters who responded unfavorable for both were 10. So I could do another Venn diagram, and it tells me that this would be 10. And we know that the number that were unfavorable, 20 were unfavorable for M, and N there was 35. So that means based on the intersection of 10 for unfavorable, this would have to be a 25 and this would have to be a 10. But this just tells me about unfavorable. It doesn't tell me anything about favorable. So clue 2, that's not working. I think we could have stopped pretty quick on that if that was not working. So your answer is A.